Greetings and welcome to Requiem. In this episode, we are going to be upgrading a double melee tetrapod AC. Submitted to us through the Requiem workshop in my community Discord server. If you want to join and have your build submitted, upgraded live, and then tested in this video, feel free to join the server and give me your build indubitably. But without further ado, let us begin. Alrighty, first let's go over the components of the build, then the upgraded version and all the thought that went behind it, and then finally throw it into a PvP test. For the primary weapons, we have the Majestic Bazooka, and this is one of, if not the best bazooka, very light to its strengths, it has good proxy det, and again its impact buildup is very nice. And we have the Explosive Thrower, which is one of the best two melees for tetrapods, as normally using it you stand still on tetrapod, or rather reverse joints or bipedal, but on tetrapod or tanks you do not stand still and you can just keep moving backwards or forwards while throwing it out. And this thing's reload is incredibly fast, only 3.1 seconds, and it does high amounts of impact and some decent damage. It cannot be boosted by melee spec, but honestly it doesn't need it. For shoulder mounts, we have the MLT-6L, a very solid close-range missile launcher, very good for barrel stuffing, very fast reload, and decent stagger or impact and base damage. And then lastly, we have the other best melee weapon for tetrapods, the Hammer, which is excellent for tetrapods for all the same reasons the Explosive Thrower is, so combining the two is very strong indeed. For the frame parts, we have the VP44D head, which has a nice split and contribution of AP and stability above all else. The Albacore, very nice for its durability to weight, being one of the best light cores. And of course the Basho arms, which are very solid in many ways, not so much in others, but with the melee increase to our hammer is very solid, and we don't really need the firearm spec for a bazooka, nor of course its recoil control. And then lastly, of course, the Lamengire tetrapod legs,
Lamborghini,
which are incredibly good for melee tetrapods as they have incredible base speed when hovering, increases most everything you can stack on this thing. You'll still get about 370 boost speed while hovering, which is pretty nutty. Used to be a lot higher, but 370 by default is still pretty damn nice. For inner parts or boosters, we have the PO4, a very nice all-rounded type booster, very similar to the Flugel, although lighter than the Flugel. For FCS, we have the Abbott, very nice for closer range, as well as having a little bit of missile lock connection. And for generator, the NGI, max capacity generators are very nice for a build like this. For melee, it can be a bit iffy. For every time you use a melee, it will reset the generator's 3 or 4 second recharge time, so it can be a bit iffy. And then lastly, for expansion, Pulse Armor. Alright, and for playstyle, I'd recommend using hover mode to get close and dodge around. Majestic into Explosive Thrower into Hammer is a great combination. Using your missiles anytime in between should be enough time to get some more explosive thrower damage off, and yeah, bing chillin'. So yeah, overall pretty straightforward. I don't recommend hover when throwing the hammer, as it's often a little finicky, more than not, just like that, which can be rough, especially when flying right above or below someone. Overall, you don't want to be right above or below when using melee regardless, but the hover and the whip can often be very problematic indeed. But yes, this is the original build. Overall pretty solid. Let's take it into the forge and see how we can upgrade it.
これがレクイエムだ。
For the primary weapons, I decided to switch the bazooka to the linear rifle Harris, as it will give us a lot better consistent synergy with this normal attack / charge attacks with the Explosive Thrower. As there's a pretty fine window, if you hit Explosive Thrower into charge Harris, it will stagger most builds, or vice versa, Harris into Explosive Thrower. If you wait too long, it won't work, but there's a pretty nice and fine window for it. And of course, having access to the normal shots of the Harris to chip off an enemy or continue to, keep the stagger built up is always very nice. And for shoulder mount, switching out the 6L for the Javelin Beta. And the Javelin, of course, will increase even more deadly combinations with the Harris and the Explosive Thrower, and even the Hammer, as it does an immense amount of stagger itself if it does land. At a closer range, it can be a bit finicky, so best to fire it out at a medium to longer range and then move in. But yeah, it is a very nice missile launcher for this type of build, often doing the last hit, building up enough stagger that we get the lead back, and of course can come back with our combos. And then of course keeping the Plasma Thrower. If this has to be a dual melee Tetra, these are the best weapons for them. For the frame parts, going the Viral head, prioritizing more AP than stability in the split for the 44D, as the legs take care of all the stability we need, and honestly we need a little more AP, so Viral it is. and then keeping Alba, Basho, and of course Lemongire. For inner parts for boosters, going with the SPD over the PO4, which of course is very proficient in thrust, having max thrust, which should increase our base speed, as we don't really need to worry about our quick boost thrust, especially in hover mode, so having better walk down speed as we close a distance while throwing out, say, the whip is pretty damn nice. For SCS, keeping the Abbot as, of course, close range, and our missile lock is pretty necessary. Missile lock for our Javelin, close range for our weapons, all the good stuff. And for Generator, keeping the NGI, as Sentai is not an option. Alternatively, if you want more natural regeneration, you could go with the VP-20C or the Hakushi. And for expansion, Pulse Armor. And for playstyle, exactly the same, close the distance, fire off the Javelin at a more medium range, and then, of course, go from Harris, and look at that stagger already, Explosive Thrower, and the hammer, all for that meaty damage. You chip them off with normal shots of the Harris, all the cool stuff. So old combos and some new ones, indubitably. Yes. But yes, this is Requiem. And again, if you have a build you want to see me upgrade live and then make a video on it, feel free to leave it in the Requiem workshop in my community server, or just leave the build information in the comments. And so now we shall test this build's might in some PvP. Enjoy the fights. Alrighty, ooh. Interesting, interesting. Double Terreno, Oscillator, and a Ludlow on a medium-ish weight. A little light on the medium, but alright, we'll see what we can do. Close range though, which is good for us. Hopefully he doesn't know how to do that Demon Blade tech with the Oscillator. That would be dangerous, although we have some good mobility, so it won't be too bad if you know it. Good stuff. Salt PA. Raw hammer this, probably staggering Harris. Nearly dead. Javelin assist. Explosive Thrower, finish it off. No, one bullet. There it is. GG's. Alright, there's phase 1. Let's see if we can do it again. Maybe this time we'll be the Explosive Thrower into the Harris. Maybe. I want to save energy for a second, actually. Let the Javelin lock on. We'll fire it yet. No one can bridge. I gotta watch out for this Terreno. Just gotta lock in on that. Ooh, I just hit him with that. Barely got with the hammer too. Away from most of it, but still pop this just in case. Terrenos, here they go. Javelin pieces, so it didn't quite hit. Hammer. Hedis. Go in for the Explosive Thrower. Oh, we got it. We got most of it. Pew 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 bullets. Oh, the Javelin at the end as well. G to the G's. The spot ran out of energy as well. Didn't mind his Terrenos too much there, but GG. Alright, back to it. Ooh, another Oscillator. Double earshot Karasawa. Ooh-wee. Let's see. It's a lot of might. Could dodge the earshots pretty consistently as long as I'm not too close. Karasawa, as long as I'm at a medium range, I definitely will have to dodge distance and hover. And of course the Oscillator as a punish should be fun to dodge as well. Let's see how aggressive he is. He's standing still. I'll wait for him to, there he goes. Alright, that's right. Oh, my Harrison shoot. Very strange. And more. One after the other. A lot of players do that, I find. They fire everything one after another, even if one doesn't land or something like that. I guess fire rate, DPS is fine, but I don't know. If your enemy's dodging, especially if they dodge your first barrage of stuff, it's probably, or rather it should be expected that they will continue to dodge the rest. So do something like a kick or a dodge into the next would probably be best, methinks. Yeah, there's it all. You went Karasawa right into the earshots. We're gonna get Oscillator? Oh, Assault. Interesting. And more to dead. Pew pew bullet. GG. Dear God. Seems that he put too many eggs in the basket of charged attacks. Too many stances. But GG's. Ooh. Oh, Harris Kite. This is gonna be rough. This is like a direct counter. Oof. Laser Orbit, Duo 3. Very fast lad. It's gonna be pretty damn hard to catch this guy. But we'll see what we can do. If we can get near him, it won't be that bad. What's our assault boost over here? Yep, there's. Might be able to outpace him. Oh, getting so close. That is dangerous for a squishy lad like yourself. I would not get so close. He probably wisen up next round, he thinks. GG's. I mean, I applaud you for getting so close despite having just a light kite-like frame, but it's not entirely advantageous to do so. I wonder if it's close range SCS or something. Oh, whatever. Where are we? Oh, there it is. Whoa. Oh, it's resident hit. That's kind of crazy. That should hit, don't nice. Oh, wow. Either I'm getting some shadow hits or something or other. PA. Let's knock down his first. Stay on as much as I can. This hammer should hit. This arrow should hit. That should just turn into some normal hits. Pew pew pew! GG's, man. I'll have to stay so close. If he had a long range FCS, that'd be one hell of a kite. But GG's, I guess. GG's. Back to the watch point. Ooh, Terreno, estrogens, and can't tell what's on the back, although I'd imagine a melee. Would work pretty damn well with such a frame. Although, Nox Ryer with Terreno is a bit risque. To stand still for that, if it does not pay off with the trade, that can be rough. As long as I'm in hover, I should again be able to dodge such a thing, but we shall see. Like this. Oh, I wasn't close enough. That would have been so huge. If I could punish that with the explosive threat, that would have been humongous. Surprised I'm just out of range for this. You think I'm not in hover when I am, and it's kind of screwing me a little bit there. Surprised I overshot them. Very unfortunate explosive throwers today. I thought my hammer was up. Just barely not. Very weird, awkward position here. I probably should have popped my expansion there, but I think it's fine. Let's pop it now. Javelin, do your work. Yes, GG. That's why I love the Javelin, man. It may not be what it once was, but hey, those assists are fucking peak. Peak cinema. Let's do a vertical. His evasion up. I'm going to pop my expansion here in a second. I get my... Oh, that could be able to get this ability down. Most unfortunate. Yeah, I keep getting... Oh my god, am I getting like hit right with the explosive, or is he barely getting out of it? It's kind of crazy. Like, often it's missing. Like, when it's like right on him, I mean, anyway. It's understandable, I'm just not close enough, but... Seems like it's in the cloud, I guess barely just not. Didn't mean to fire that out, but hey, guess what it is. A little whip of poo. Like, see, I figured that would hit, but I guess not. Hammer. Explosive for the win. Will the Javelin get him again? Yo, it didn't. I almost want the Javelin to finish him off. Oh, I dodged right back in that. That's rough. That is rough for me. Hammer. Am I throwing? Dear God, what am I doing? I should just fire out normal shots at the Harris, but I am not. I'm a fooligan. Fooligan. You're supposed to throw. See, like that, not hitting again, it's kind of crazy. What if that's to do with the Basho core ball? With the tricky hitbox. Maybe just that evasive, I don't know. GG's, that was one hell of a struggle at the end there, but GG's. Alrighty, and that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, a huge thank you to my channel members, my Egg Crusaders, Arch, Shadow, and Metal. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. And with all of that said, y'all have yourselves a very good one, and peace.